Hello everybody, it's Ian here from Hiker Soul Survival, just out here on a bit of a hike with young Ryan from, what's the name of your YouTube?
Primal Bushcraft Northeast.
Primal Bushcraft Northeast. He's just started on YouTube, but he knows his stuff and he's going to start putting some videos up himself. It's the first time I've actually been out for a hike for a while. I've been doing a bit of wild camping lately, but I haven't had to walk far into position or anything. But we're probably just doing about 10 or 12k or something on this little hike altogether. We just decided to go on a quick hike, so we jumped in the van, buggered off somewhere, parked the van up in a pub car park, asked if it was okay to leave it and just set off over the hills. And it's going to be okay. I'm going to take a few pictures and do a little bit of videoing once we get my camp set up and stuff. And just keep watching the video and I hope you enjoy it. Past a small place called Erlington there. We're just heading off up here. Nice little bit of a hill climb. And we're soon be looking for somewhere for wild camp tonight. It's now 6:30 PM. We want to try and find a place by 7. So we're going to just walk on for the next half hour and see what we can find. Everybody, we just found a nice place to set up camp for tonight. It's nice and secluded. It's in a woodland. We're actually on the top edge of a woodland, and it's a self-seeding woodland as well. And we've got a nice wall all the way around the woodland. It narrows out quite thin at the top end here, so we'll be able to have ourselves a nice little fire and keep ourselves on our profile. It's a bit of a stealth camp. We've had to stop because it was getting late, and we're miles away from any campsites, anything. We're miles away from any livestock, anything like that. It's not going to do any harm. And hopefully we're not going to have people coming through here shooting guns in the morning, otherwise we will be up the creek without a paddle, I should say. But anyway, as you can see, just setting up the camp here. I've just put my hammock up there, I've got my tarp to put up, one for a triangle area. The breeze is coming from behind us. Set up a little fire here for the night. Once we've got our tarps up, next thing we need to do is go get some dead wood. There seems to be quite a lot of it lying around, and we also need some kind of tinder for to get the fire going with. Just collecting a lot of dead wood now. What we're going to do is, before we start to process this wood, we're just going to have a quick 5-minute walk around. We'll see whether there's any more dead wood, so later on if we run out of any dead wood, then we can just go and get some more. And at least we'll know where it is, because it's going to be dark at that time. We shouldn't need any. We've probably got enough here at least last a week, to tell you the truth. But I found a couple of dead fallen trees over there. Plenty of branches to take off. There's a few up in the corner there, a few over the other side there. And that dead birch tree that Ryan found earlier is a great score, because the bottom half of it isn't too bad. It's all the top of it, but it's toppled over anyway, and there's still some good woods in it. Be able to get the woodsman saw out this thing here, get a few branches off it, and that'll keep her going with wood all night, and it gives a good tinder to get the fire started as well. Good stuff tinder there. Okay, the sun's starting to go down now, starting to lose light. It's 6 minutes past 8. Looks like it's going to be dark about 25 past. It takes about 15 minutes here to get dark at the moment. So we'll process some of the wood. I'll just show you here. Broke it down into certain sizes. There's some kindling over there, just here, and then some bigger stuff. Got a bit of birch tinder there to get the kindling going. Bigger again. Then you come over here. Got a pile of logs there, and some bigger logs here. What I'm going to do before I put the bigger logs on I'm going to build it up slow because I don't want any smoke coming out of this area, because this is meant to be a bit of a stealth camp. And basically we'll just build it up slow, not build too much smoke, and then later on when it gets dark I'm not too bothered about the smoke, because you won't be able to see it because we're in the middle of the moors. But also you don't want too much of a glow. We are on the edge of a wood, but luckily there's a hill that way and a wall, so we've got plenty of coverage that way. Got the trees this side, a wall and trees that side, so I think we should be pretty secure up here. Nobody's going to find us here, and it looks like we're in for a good peaceful night, so we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, time to get the fire going. Right, what I've got here, I've got some birch tinder. There you go, I'm just putting some birch tinder down here. I've got some of the shavings as well off the birch bark. I'll just add a few with them as well. I can't see that really hurting. Got some fine kindling here as well, which can go on top. I'm going to build this up slowly. I'm not going to bother with the using a fire steel or anything. I've done videos on that before. Do you want to point the camera at me, mate? And with us doing videos like that before, I don't really need to give a demo on it, and I haven't really got much need to practice it because I've done it loads of times. And just going to get this birch bark going. Good thing about birch bark, it always burns when it's wet. Makes a good tinder. Let's get that going. There we go, it's got a flame anyway. It's not going up as good as I would want it to, but a few bits of kindling on there. Like I said, I'm going to build this up slowly. I don't want to attract too much attention. The smoke would be okay now, it's getting quite dark. Got a bit of cloud cover above, so the fact we're high up on the hills, people are just hopefully the cloud cover would disguise it, because the sky's not very open at the minute. I think that's why it's getting dark a bit earlier tonight. Nicely positioned the fire as well, and also the smoke, it's blown away from the camp. I took the wind direction into account. Whoops, we're falling apart now, the centre's giving in. Never mind. Just one thing as well, each time I set a camp up, don't forget, notice there's a lot of dead wood around here, which means there's a lot of dead standing trees. A lot of dead fall. So I went around, checked the trees around where we're actually sleeping, and it's a pretty safe enough area, I would say. The trees are pretty solid. Check the branches above, make sure that everything's okay, and you're not going to wake up with a log on your head. If you wake up at all, if a log hits you on the head. So just take that into mind. Ground's good, firm enough ground anyway, solid enough. So everything should be good. It's still, well, it's beginning of autumn. It's the 4th of September, 4th day of autumn, and it's still warm enough. I'm quite warm, but I've got to admit, Ryan there, he's a bit cold. He's wrapped up in his softie.
And me hat.
And his hat. He's not feeling too well actually. But he's came out like, but he said he wasn't feeling 100%. Like, and he's had the shits. But anyway, everything's looking fine. But that's what a few weeks off work does for you, Ryan. Gives you the shits, mate.
Yeah, and fat.
And makes you fat. Okay, I don't know what you can see here, but we've got the fire going. I've just had a right game on getting that fire going because of the wet weather we've had the last couple of days. A lot of this dead wood is actually soaking now. But just show you the fire there. But I've managed to get a fire going. I've ended up having to chop a few logs off that tree and split them open off the birch tree. Even that thing's rotten. There's only about 3 or 4 foot of it actually good. But now I've got some really good hot embers going there. By the time that burns down, we should be able to keep some wood going. But I had a right old battle with it, like. Did I have a right old battle with that, Ryan, or what?
Well, you were nearly crying over it, so you must have been.
Well, I wasn't crying, like you should say, no, I really wasn't crying.
Such a shame, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, I thought I was going to lose it at one point because the wood is so wet, and I would have been surprised. I have actually seen this happen to other people before, but it's never happened to me. I have actually started fires in the wet, and I know how to start a fire in the wet wood with wet wood as well. But anyway, it hasn't happened. I managed to get the fire going, and what a morale boost is. I can actually feel the heat off the hot embers coming up. Right now I'm just going to have a look through my 24-hour ration pack which I've put together. Ryan's going to have a look through his, and he's going to tell us what he thinks of it. But in there I've got all sorts of goodies, and there's over 5,000 calories in there, about 5,350 altogether.
I don't understand.
Anyway, I'm going to get myself something to eat, and there's not much more to record now. It's just me eating and then going to sleep, I suppose. So see you in the morning. Good night. Want to say good night, Ryan?
Aye. No night.
Say no night.
No night.
Say good night.
Ian.
What?
You gonna tuck us in?
Ryan, fuck off.
Right, so I'm going to put together, I'm going to do a review on a ration pack that Ian's put together. Just by the looks of it, it comes in the same sort of bags that your brew kit comes in like the army style ration packs. So I'm going to open it up, I'm going to go through what's in here first, and then also what the reason why it's in here, and how it's, what's good, what's not so good in my opinion anyway. So we'll have a look in. So as I open it up, first thing, there's a lot of porridge, sort of quite bulky meals, to keep good nutrition down in you. I mean, the porridge is a great breakfast, you can never blame that one. Another main meal here is pasta and sauce. It's the chicken and mushroom one. Again, it's one of the things that not many people can complain about. It's a good meal. Another thing I've noticed, there's a lot of your coffee sachets. Good for you, just keep your morale up, keep your brain active. Especially when you're out for a long time, they come in handy. There's also, I think this might be a mocha. Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, it is. So you're getting the best in there. There's actually another one in here as well. There's a lot of sweets in here as well. Piling a load of good sugar. I guess I've been speaking to Ian about it, and a lot of like the Haribos. You get quite a few Haribos in here. I'm guessing because they're really good sugar. It's for when you're walking, sort of thing. When you're out trekking, it's a good snack just to take on to get the sugar back into you. Another thing, noodles. I absolutely love noodles. Okay, now can't tell you how much are in these ones, but they're only 85 grams, and there is 133 calories just in one of these. So again, mix in some of the other things that you've got in here. Have like the snack bars with them, and you're having a decent sized meal with enough calories to keep you going. What I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video is there's actually just over 5,300 calories in a 24-hour ration pack that Ian's put together, so you cannot complain. You've got like the chewy sweet balls, more Haribos, tea bags. They're actually separate, which I guess makes it easier and less bulky with all the packaging. That's a good idea. And cup of soups. There's absolutely loads in these rations, and you've got, it's not just one type as well. Obviously he's assorted them differently, so there's different flavours. Like that one's tomatoes, there's another tomato in this one, Here's some salted nuts. and there's roasted and salted cashew nuts. The salt's absolutely great. It stops your muscles from cramping up, and it allows your body to rehydrate and keep more water in your system. Salted nuts are always a great thing. Army ration packs as well, they like to put a lot of salted nuts in and the mixed nuts in as well, so I can't fault that. Bring myself onto this. It's a Mexican style chili. It's actually the meat free one. It's if you can see it there, it's sort of the dried one, needs rehydrated, but again, you know, it's a good meal. I think this one here, it's actually 2 servings, but I'd probably eat it myself. I'm quite a big eater. I'll just quickly find out. There's per serving there's 68 calories. Sorry, no, per serving there's 190 calories. So there's 380 calories just in this meal if you eat it to yourself. And it's not an overly big meal, you know. I could comfortably eat this as a meal to myself, really. It's the size of a standard ration pack, really. So there's another good one. There's also, I believe, again, more salted peanuts this time. Again, great with the salt. I also believe there's some smash in here. Here it is here. Instant mashed potato. This is great. It bulks up your meal, especially. It doesn't swell too much in your stomach, but it expands. And apart from giving you nutrients and all the calories you need, it also fills up in your stomach, which takes away that hungry feeling, really. And again, if I just tell you here, there's per serving, there's meant to be 5 servings in this, and per serving there's 82 calories. And again, I could probably eat this just to myself. Best thing about it is you get biscuits. Absolutely love biscuits. One of the best things you can get in a ration pack. These chocolate biscuits, and I believe there's chocolate mint in here as well. So I cannot fault them. You also get I cannot remember for the life what they're called, but it's like the fruit biscuits, like the oat style bars, like the Alpine bars. These are great for breakfast, having snacks between them. One thing I haven't seen in this, Ian, and that I'd like to see is the little sachets of jam.
Oh yeah.
You know, get them, because putting jam on top of these just puts a lot of calories back into you. It's one thing that a lot of people miss out, you know. And there's also a good chocolate. It's like a nutty fruit bar for the morning. It's a chocolate one, chocolate and fudge. This one. They're great as well. I've just ate mine. The dog's nicked half of it, so they must be good. There's a lot of sweets in these, but it's always a good thing because it's more sugar to get into you while you're walking and that. Coming up to the end, and I've pretty much saved the best till last because I've never seen this in rations before. Is sardines, a tin of sardines and a tomato sauce. These are full, and I mean stacked with protein. It's something that people need to be carrying. It's like a backup food if you're not going to eat it anyway. It's good to have there because it'll pile it back onto you, and you know there's nothing worse than trying to get something done while you're hungry because you just can't concentrate. There's not enough in you to get the job done, really. But just looking at it here, there's looking for the salt. It's 6% salt. Again, salt packs it into you. I'm trying to find the calories here. There's 93 calories, and there's 2 servings. So that's 186 calories just in a small hand-sized tin. Again, if you are in a more survival situation, you can always use the tin for something else afterwards. You could maybe cook something small in it or procure a little bit of water in it. You know, the packaging can always come in handy as well. And also, I believe that there's is it sweetener tablets in these, Ian?
Sweeteners, yeah.
Yeah, there's inside this little tin foil wrapper, there's 6 sweetener tablets in there for your coffees and whatever. A good thing, you can always use the tin foil for other things once you finish, you know, don't throw it away. But that's the ration pack review, and honestly I've got to admit, like, for something that's just been put together from store-bought items, I think it's it's pretty good. All the calories are there, and I'd eat everything in it. Like, and there's not many ration packs of it where I'd eat everything. But you've just got to watch what you're eating at what times as well. Different be eating a big bulky meal in the morning and then just rely on sweets through the day. You know, you need to space out your meals and get the calories on when you need them. You know, if you're doing hard work, if you're walking for miles, eat the sweets as you go. You know, don't eat all of them. I mean, there's tons in there, but you want to be having a decent meal to pack on the carbs once you've finished. Get some salt in you. There's plenty of nuts there. Eat the nuts as you go, because it puts the salt back in. It stops your muscles cramping up. All in all, I think it's a good ration pack. He's given me one, and I think I'm going to eat that on the way back, and I'm going to start making them myself actually. So cheers for that, Ian.
Alright, thanks for the review there, Ryan. Cheers, mate. That's the ration packs that I've been putting together. I did a video on this a while back. If you look through my playlist, you'll see that I've got a video. But that one that I did there only had about, I think it was 2,300 calories, something like that. But this one here, what I've done is by adding the nuts, the amount of calories which you get in nuts, and it's also good protein. You're getting good nut protein in there as well, if you haven't got a nut allergy, that is. And all that's it's going to give you like a slow energy release while you're walking as well at the same time. The porridge oats, you can add Weetabix in there, and you can put what you want in anyway. Put a little bag of bloody All Bran in if you want to. But basically the whole idea of this ration pack is I took an army ration pack and I looked at the sort of things that army ration packs had in, and I thought, what can I do to make my own ration pack where I'm not carrying big bulky amounts of rations. So what I did was I spent a bit of time walking around stores, supermarkets, that sort of thing, and I found myself, basically if you went to stores such as Asda and Tesco's, use Lidl's and Aldi, the breakfast stuff, the porridge oats that you get in the packets and things like that, you can so you can break them down. They're easier to break down, they're already broken down for you basically. I found them cheaper in Aldi's, and I also get the breakfast bars and that from there as well. I mean, you can buy a pack of 5 and a pack of 6 for something like 75 pence. It's for nothing. These ration packs that I've put together actually cost less than £40, and there's 10 days of rations for £40 at over 5,300 calories a day. And if you break them down, if you're not moving, that's over 2,000 calories a day. You're recommended 2,000 calories a day. And if you look at the packets and the nutritional information, you'll actually see that the meals are actually very, very healthy for you. Here I am enjoying part of the breakfast as well. The bag that I put that in, I just put this together just to show Ryan, like the sort of thing that you can put together to put your own ration packs together. Because ration packs, the army ration packs that you're buying these days cost a bloody fortune. You're talking like 15-16 quid for a 24-hour ration pack. I don't think it's worth it. It's getting silly. So the reason why I've done this is just to give people an idea of the sort of thing that they can do for themselves to make hiking, camping, wild camping, go out pack the survival skills a little bit cheaper. Like I say, if you're going to go out and pack the survival stuff and living outdoors, you don't have to go out and starve yourself to death and things, you know. Take something with you and practice your skills, you know. That's what it's all about. It's all about learning. So anyway, I hope this information's been useful to you on this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So we're just going to have ourselves a snack to eat, and then we're going to pack up, and we're going to have to move on pretty soon. Okay, we've just packed all our kit up there. This is where we were camping last night. Just this area here. Down here, there's mine. Packed everything away. There's my bag there, waiting to go. That's my camera case next to my bag. Next to Ryan there. So we had with fire, disguised it a little bit. Took pieces of bracken, poked them into the ground, spread some grass over. So anybody walking past will just think it's disturbed grass or something. Okay, we're just about to put our backpacks on and move out now. We've had our wild camp. Before we leave the area, we're going to have an area sweep, make sure that we leave nothing behind. We've disguised the fire. as I showed earlier. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. My name's Ian Cawthord, this is Hikers Hall of Survival. This is Ryan Kirk, and just stay tuned and you'll see some more videos of more future camps. And thanks for watching.